In a 5-year period, 122 workers died, Thai workers, in the Israeli agricultural sector. I was at a moshav the day after a worker died in his sleep. He'd been working 17 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he'd been given 4 days off per year.
In all of the cases that we encountered till now that a Thai worker had died in his sleep, nobody went to actually check how many hours he worked in that day, what kind of accommodation they had, if he was spraying or not spraying pesticides.
What concerns us greatly is whether or not these living and working conditions are contributing to the very problematic pattern of death. There are approximately 25,000 Thai workers in Israel right now, almost exclusively doing all the work in Israel's agricultural sector. Since 2011, when Israel signed the bilateral agreement with the government of Thailand, it's only been Thai workers who've been coming in.
We need them for our economy. The farmer will shut their field and shut their business if they don't have workers. And only foreign workers come to work in agriculture. So we have to treat them as our guests and to take care of them.
When we visit these workers, you keep finding the same problems. Workers living in really squalid accommodation.
Before here store, they put in chemical and motor and everything broken, he keep inside.
The farmer would usually just let the workers live in the cheapest place he can find. His old packaging house, his old warehouse, his old chicken houses. It's usually in the backyard of every big villa in every village.
If we go to toilet, we go into the outside, under the tree, like this.
So there was no toilet?
No toilet.
30-year-old, 40-year-old men and women that are here to work for 5 years and 3 months. It's supposed to be their home, and none of the farmers and me or any Knesset member will allow their kids to sleep in these places.
Okay สวัสดีค่ะน้องมีเรื่องจะร้องเรียนอะไรหรือเปล่าจ๊ะ
We conducted a survey among 500 workers. No one was getting minimum wage.
บอกแต่ว่าเงินเดือนนึงประมาณ 4,300 เขาว่าใช่4,000เช็คแต่ประมาณแล้วก็ไม่ถึง 2,000 กว่า 3,000 เดือนนึงครับทั้งเดือนนะทำทุกวัน130
Workers have to spray pesticides. Many of the workers we spoke to were clearly not given adequate protection when they did that.
มาปีหนึ่งแล้วไม่ได้ให้สักครั้งเลยตรงมือต้องซื้อตลอดคิดว่ามีปัญหาจากสารเคมีอยู่อาเจียนแล้วก็เวียนหัวคือว่าวันนั้นก็ต้องเลิกเลย
In the summer, when outside it can get up to 35, 40 degrees, and then in there it gets up to 60 degrees. It's very, very hard to breathe in this situation.
Workers are working incredibly long hours in incredible heat. And in some cases, there's this great concern that workers may in fact be being worked to death. The employer is fully aware that the likelihood of any prosecution for him violating workers' rights is very low. So if he wants to make a worker work for 20 hours a day, he can.
มีเจ้าหน้าที่หน่วยงานของรัฐบาลอิสราเอลเคยเข้ามาตรวจสอบสภาพการทำงานของคนงานไหมครับไม่เคยครับไม่เคยครับ
ที่อยู่ในทิปก็พากันร้องเรียนก็ไม่มีผลก็เลยเลิก
When you have excellent laws in place, you have the perception that this is a very well regulated sector. But if those laws aren't properly enforced, then you move quickly to what is in fact a very badly regulated sector.
There should be an office or a department that says we are responsible, we're the only one that's responsible for the foreign workers.
They come here for 5 years, they leave their families, they leave their kids, and they deserve to be treated properly, to be treated according to the law, and they deserve not to be subjected to living and working conditions that place their lives at risk.